I've got to get everything ready. There we go. Okay. Phone. Oh, you haven't. Yeah. Yeah, we've only got 17 people there, mate. So, because we're already in qualifying. All right, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to Egg Studios. I am RRF1 and I'm here with Woodzy. And well, to be fair, it's something that was unexpected, out of the blue, but we're doing it. It's an RRF1 stream, ladies and gentlemen. Going back to me roots. We're with the Performance Boys tonight, and we are around the magnificent circuit of Azerbaijan, a street circuit that is both a classic now and also a pain in everyone's arse. Well, we already have a Williams out on track, so we will see who that is. It is Davis. There he is. Well, I've included party audio on the thing. I'm still getting used to doing it on the thing, but where it says like manage your live streaming and stuff, it says microphone on. Then it says more options for audio and other settings. And oh, there we go. Party audio on. Let's do that again. Okay. Yeah, so, do you have the option? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so for whatever reason, it just decides to turn itself off. Evening Fatal. Evening Becky.
Yeah, I should be there now if anyone can confirm it.
And evening Emily. Hope you're well, guys. Obviously, you got to remember that the likes of Ruby Witcher and Agatha Wispy, which is now DNF Whisper's new gamer tag. For those of you who know, DNF Whisper, of course, former F1 RRF1 driver, just currently out of action at the minute because she's currently carrying a baby.
You've got a debutant tonight, Easy Alf, that's in the Ferrari, so brand new to RRF1.
Easy Alfie, brand new. In the Ferrari, can he do anything? Cushmania has rejoined. Right, let's ride on board with Davis 2495. We shall just call him Davis. And we will see what his first lap of the session is like. Short qualifying, of course, so 15 minutes to get it right. So if you can, Woodzy, if you'd be able to update everyone about the current standings of the championship.
I'll just get that now. So Davis is leading the championship at the minute, only by 11 points. We've got Kush second, Dark Marks third. We've got our Dutch driver Domar Dimer. He's the only one on that's not on Xbox tonight. And it's Greta, Master Spread. Master Spread and Apex are sharing 6th place.
Interesting.
49 and 8th. And then we go a bit of a gap down. It's about 25 points gap then to 9th. Mad Mark, Lagoon, Goomba, Leon, Robbo Snipes, Bakey Gaming, Great Ace we mentioned, Ace H, Fatal, who's not had his wheel for quite a while. He said he just had his wheel back last week.
Yeah, it's good to see Fatal back on track. I'm seeing people join, but I'm not seeing them leave.
Yeah, I think it kicked about 4 people, and as soon as lobby went into the game, about 4 got kicked out straight away.
Mark's connection on my screen was flickering, so I don't know whether that's got anything to do with it. There we go.
Asking for it, isn't it?
42.5 is the first lap of the day from Davis. Let's see if that can be beat. I'm quite crap at keeping an eye on people who are on laps, Woodzy, so if you could do us a favour. So the next one, I believe, is Duma Dimar.
I'm just sending a quick invite to Great Ace. It's not letting him rejoin.
Okay. Well, I've seen it. I've seen it pop. I've seen it pop. His name pop up saying he's joined.
He sent us a message. He rejoined, but they wouldn't let him take control of his car, so he's had to leave again. And then hopefully he can rejoin again.
If you're hearing sheep, guys, that's because my missus is playing Age of Empires next to me.
I told you, I'm just surrounded by sheep.
Robbo Snipes is just about to cross the line.
And he has gone into third in the Alfa Romeo with a lap time of a 44.0. So Davis at the minute looking quite comfortable on that lap time considering he's in a Williams. Don't forget, guys, this is performance. So, you know, we all know that the Williams isn't exactly the best of the cars, but at the minute he's up there, and that just shows the quality of driver that Davis is. And Alfie has gone fastest with a 41.5, 1 second clear of Davis. Now that could be interesting.
I think Davis is getting a bit sick of the Williams. I think he's had it for like the last 9 weeks now.
Well, I mean, if
he's
you're
been that consistent on Saturdays.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, if you're that consistent and you find yourself up there in a performance-based championship where the car you get for the following week is based off the position of your championship, it's not exactly where you want to be. Oh, of course he's in an Alpine. Dragoon in the Alpine goes fastest at the minute for 41.4. Nice to know things never change.
He loves that Renault engine, doesn't he?
Of course he does. He'll be there driving around with a stonk on. Let's see. Gunners, I'm happy to do this for you, man. Honestly, man, I hope your missus gets better. Like I said, man, I'm sorry for what's going on, but we'll hope to have you back soon. Evening, Mad Mark. Thank you for joining in the stream. And to all the other 9 people who are in this stream, thank you for joining in and hope you're having a wonderful weekend thus far. And thank you for joining me on this Saturday night as we find ourselves in Baku in RRF1.
So the early races earlier in the week have been had some crazy accidents in the castle section.
No wall glitches.
I caused one in quali. I managed to hit the wall in sector 3, and the wall just started spinning. But luckily, it didn't happen in the race.
Okay, well, nice to know that these things are still happening on this game. Zero at the minute has gone fastest with a 41. Excuse me, a 0. Michael JFF has just gone second in the Merc with a 41.2. Looking at, we've got a car coming down the main straight. Is it Kush? I think it is. But he's invalidated, so it won't count. So the next one is Mad Mark V. Nope, but he is in the Alpine. I believe it's Dragoon coming down the back straight. Has he ran out of fuel? Yeah, he's ran out of fuel. Dragoon is out of fuel. So he literally did that lap on fumes, basically.
On fumes.
Let's have a look at the 49. He is currently a tenth and a bit down on his current time. Let's have a look and see if he can try and catch that back up through it. Not really much you can do to catch back up with time. It depends on how much you lift through the fast corners, because I know it can be quite difficult to maintain full speed throughout that coming onto the back straight.
So 49 will hope to...
Oh, he gained a bit of time, did 49, but it was just under a tenth. Just under a tenth away from improving.
You're going to hope to last longer than he did on Wednesday night. What happened lap 2? I had an accident with the wall, and he's come around that blind corner, sector 3, back right into the back of my dead car.
Well,
so
yeah, we don't want that happening. But here comes Mad Mark coming down the straight with his multicoloured helmet. Oh no, he's pitting. Mad Mark's pitting, so he's abandoned that lap actually. I'm expecting a bit of a crazy race. This is Azerbaijan after all. We've got 17 people in it apparently. How many are going to last? especially after the first lap, remains to be seen.
Yes, I noticed. Posglad put the old Baku clip in last week on the RRF1
Well,
page.
every time Baku comes around, Pos loves to remind us of that classic classic moment that he's sort of famous for now.
Apex just did the fastest sector 1 so far.
On board with him now as he goes through the castle section. Get literally so close to the wall there. I think it even made Becky wince.
No, it did. Tensed.
Our Monday race, one of the drivers destroyed track, went side by side with Massey through the castle section, and it ended in
Someone went side by side with Massey through the castle section.
Yeah, and they managed to get through. Massey didn't. His front wing.
Alright, so we stayed on board with TSD Apex. We'll see what sort of lap time he can put in. Honda engine screaming down the back straight. And goes into 6th with a 142.572. Next is, it's not Robin, it's Bakey Gaming. And he goes from 14th in his first lap of days to 46.2. That can't be representative, surely. Surely there's been a mistake there or something.
With Baker, he's not got the quickest pace, but he's really, really consistent. And he manages to keep out
to be fair,
pace.
that's all you need round here. Like, I know on this game, I'm not exactly the quickest, but if I can get in a rhythm, I can be consistent enough to just keep going around and hopefully making up positions as people falter. Dartmark has gone into 7th place with 41.7 in the Aston, so sure he's very happy to be in that car.
Beetle jumped up to 10th.
We've got Greza at the minute in 2nd place as well. So at the minute it's a Haas front row.
Beetle just improved his time, but then he did a Hamilton. He missed the first turn completely.
Ah, well done, Fatal. He's in the top 10. Obviously, he's not raced with a wheel for a while, so he's obviously wanting to get as much practice in as possible. I don't know. Is this his first race with the wheel?
It was Wednesday. Was his first race back.
Ah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. What's this?
He messaged on the Tuesday, said he didn't know what time it was going to come back, and I think it was about 12 o'clock. So he was practicing with it.
Evening 49, up you well, mate. And Dragoon says, nice to hear that voice again. Nice to race again, as Lee knows about it all first time. I felt alive this time of night. Well, Dragoon, it's Baku. You should feel alive. You're in an Alpine. You should feel alive. That's the McLaren of Gumba, who is currently 3.5 tenths quicker in the 2nd sector. So that's enough to put him into the 42s. It'll move him above Fatal. But how close to Davis can he get as the McLaren screams down the main straight now? Those beautiful Google Chrome rims. And he does indeed improve to a 42.8, and Fatal has left the session.
Yeah, in Viola.
Keep an eye on who else is on the lap. We've got Bakey Gaming out there at the minute. We've got Mad Mark. We've got Great Ace in the Merc as well. So keep an eye where Bakey is. So at the minute, I think the first one round is going to be Mad Mark. So we'll stick on board with him, see how he does. Of course, he abandoned his lap last time. Fatal back in.
Easy Alphas.
Yeah, I've just seen that I am stupid moment incoming. What, you're going to slam into the castle wall, mate? I mean, you're doing well. You're 5th at the minute with that run. I'm looking forward to seeing whether you can trouble these guys. Obviously, welcome to RRF1. We're very happy to have you. And it'll be interesting to see you ruffle some feathers. Of course, you... Oh! That's a wall there for Mad Mark. He's definitely taking a chunk out of it there. And he's abandoned the lap again. I don't know if he's just scrubbing his tyres or what. But Mad Mark is really struggling here, and Great Ace has gone across the line with a 47.5 in the Merc. He must be in Hamilton's car because he's in 16th place, and he must be bouncing a lot.
There's got one driver really loving that Alpine and the other one not so much.
Yeah, it's a weird contrast there. I mean, they're both really good drivers. Probably very similar on pace as well, actually. But seeing Dragoon up there is probably made Mark a bit tentative, to be fair, and that's why you could say he's struggling or whatnot, or he just doesn't like the handling of that Alpine.
The one that's definitely improved their pace loads in the last couple of weeks, Michael JFF. Right up there with it.
Well, to be fair, he's been getting faster and faster with every passing season. Like, obviously, when he came into RRF1, he was very inconsistent. So if he is building that consistency, that would be really good to see. On board with Apex now as he crosses the line. Does he improve? Well, it still says 42.572. We'll see how he does. Now we've got a Merc coming. We've got an Aston coming around. Actually, who is that? Is that Dimar? Yeah, it is. I'm going to call him Dimar. He's just too long a name to pronounce. Got a Merc coming round. That will be Great Ace. Is he on a lap? Well, he's 5.2 seconds quicker, so this looks a bit more representative. If he's 5.2 seconds quicker, hang on, that's gonna be a 42, maybe a high 41. He could be smashing into the top 7 here.
I'm getting JFF, hold my beer.
Just out, hold my beer. Great Ace goes up to 8th with a 42.4 there. Nice lap in the end there. We've got a few guys out. Let's have a look at Robo Snipes. Is that him coming down? Yes, it is. So Robo Snipes, let's see if he makes any sort of improvement now. Yellow flag, sector 1. That's a Merc letting him through. That's nothing to worry about.
He was really unlucky in Monaco last week. He had a really good start, but he caught the wall coming out of the tunnel. It ended his race.
Oh, there's a Haas round. Oh no, it's just a Haas going slowly. It's fine, he's just letting people through. Your tyres are getting cold there, mate. 55 seconds to go. Blimey, this session's flown by. Dragoon says, I'm getting JFF, hold my beer. Right, okay.
This is Mad Mark's last chance to get time now, then.
It is. Is he out on track? Yes, he is. So last chance now. We've got
Ferrari VZ Alfie. About to start like right behind him as well.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that actually. Got a couple of other guys coming up behind. Is that Davis as well? You got Davis there, who's come on, trying to see where who's who at the minute. Got Aston and a McLaren behind one another. Here comes Gumba. Gumba there says 2 minute 12, but he's apparently gone faster with a 42.8. But he's got a lot of ERS in that, so I'd be surprised if we don't see another lap time from him. We've got what looks like an AlphaTauri coming down the main straight. It's the 49. No, it's not the 49. Who is it?
That'll be Fatal.
It is Fatal. Fatal. No, it's not Fatal. But Dragoon is going no higher than 4th. But Robo Snipes, here he comes. 1 second quicker. He moves up the order. Yep, indeed he does. To 12. Then we got the Red Bull. Is that Fatal? Yes, it is. Where can Fatal go? Can he break into the top 10? Fatal moves up to 9th. Then we got the Haas of Zero going fastest with a 40.6. Great news there for Haas.
Mad Mark coming through sector 3 now. It'll be interesting to see where he comes.
Got a load of cars coming down the main straight. Just trying to see which one to improve. I think Mad Mark's coming out. He's the one we want to see how he does. Oh, he's abandoned it. Easy as Alfie has gone fastest with a 40.667. He has ruined the Haas dream.
The Mad Mark would have come out probably around 49 Goomba.
Dark Mark's the only one now that can improve, and he crosses the line. Where can he be? He stays where he is. It's a 41.5 for Mark.
He had a
Dragoon,
slight improvement, didn't he?
yeah,
But
it
not
was
enough.
improved by 2 tenths, but not enough to move his position. He's moved to within a tenth of Dragoon, but he sort of pulled clear of Apex a little bit with 3 tenths there. So there we go. That is qualifying over. Now, for those watching the stream, I know you are Alf, and as you're new, the usual plan is that we now have a 5-minute break between qualifying and the race. Of course, this is a 100% race, of course, so we're going to need those 5 minutes definitely to sort everyone out. Just take a breather, psych yourself up. This is going to be a heck of a race. So let's go through the qualifying order. Ez Alfie on pole in the Ferrari. Then we've got Zero second. Michael JFF moves up into third. Grezza fourth. So the Haas is in the top four. Kushmania fifth. Dragoon sixth. Dartmark seventh. Apex eighth. Fatal in ninth in the Red Bull. Davis in 10th. Grey Ace 11th. The 49 12th. Gumba 13th. RoboSnipes 14th. Daimar 15th. Bakey Gaming 16th. Madmark down in 17th. And last place for not even setting a lap time. Mark, you're rubbish. Okay, so it does look a little bit cloudy.
You've got 5 minutes. Yeah, you go to bed at 9 o'clock.
We'll see some rain this evening.
Mad Mark has agreed. He says, "I am rubbish. I know." Sorry, Woodzy, what was that?
Do you think we'll see some rain this evening?
Well, it looks cloudy. I would not be surprised if rain was involved in this race somehow. Guys in the chat, do not tell me. I hate spoilers.
Remember the last time I saw rain here? It was TSC Season 4. I'm not sure if you're involved in that one. Lucky 13 just completely missed it and went into the wall on the Harley.
Nah, I tend not to survive in wet races around here.
If you didn't like spoilers, well, you might want to not look at the chat because Gunners will give you a bit of spoiler.
Oh, Gunners! You're not even in the race. How would you know?
It's the Apex is his nephew.
So Baku has been with us since 2016. Like I say, it's actually not that far away from being 10-year-old. It's 7 years old this year, Baku.
Time's flown.
It really has. We had that race where in 2016 where Rosberg won it from a very disappointed Hamilton. Obviously, back then we had that ridiculous rule where engineers couldn't tell their drivers on what modes and stuff to use to improve their cars and stuff, and obviously that really suffered. Hamilton, he tried every mode possible and just couldn't get anywhere near Rosberg to a point where his frustrations were being felt over the radio.
Sorry, do you remember whose turn it is?
At the year that Rosberg won the championship.
I think there were a lot of factors that gave Rosberg the championship that season.
It's bedtime, no tap. Do you remember whose turn it is? Is it Kai's turn?
2017 was won by Daniel Ricciardo. After we had that ridiculous coming together between Vettel and Hamilton under the safety car, which resulted in Vettel getting a penalty. And it looked like the race was going to comfortably be Hamilton's, but unfortunately his headrest came loose and he had to come into the pits to repair it, put him down, and evidently Vettel actually finished in front of him, which was rather annoying, to be fair.
Was that the race? He thought he'd brake checked him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Under the safety car. You remember that classic clip of just being on board with Vettel and just his hand coming out the cockpit and then him running alongside Hamilton and bashing wheels with him. In 2018, we had the was it 2018 the collisions of the Red? Yeah, it was the 2018 collisions of the Red Bulls heading into one of Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, which evidently gave the race to. It was, wasn't it? I think Hamilton ended up being gifted that win, didn't he? Because that was the race where Bottas got the puncture on the final lap, wasn't it?
Look now.
Can you remember, Woodzy?
Having a quick look.
See if my memory serves me well.
2018, yeah, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah, I think he was gifted it because Bottas ran over a piece of Red Bull debris and it punctured his wheel, which evidently gave Perez a podium.
I remember, was it 2021 where Verstappen had that crazy blowout on the straight?
Yep. Well, we had the 2019 race, which was won by. I think it was won by Bottas. Actually, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
out on a limb and say it was won by Bottas. He got one over after Ferrari fluffed up strategy. And obviously Leclerc didn't exactly help matters with him with the "I am stupid" line coming to the foray in qualifying. Of course, we didn't race there in 2020 due to COVID and stuff, and then
COVID,
obviously
pandemic.
yep. Then we came back in 2021, and it was I think you'd have to say that this was the race that cost Hamilton an 8th world title. Max Verstappen having the blowout, and obviously in came all the memes with him kicking the car and stuff like that. And, all the kicking memes and stuff. Like I love that video of just like it. Of him just constantly kicking stuff and stuff happening. Like there's one where there's two of him and they kick Sebastian Buemi's tires and they go flying off. It's quite hilarious.
Was that the one we had the full front suspension? All the wheels just blew off his car.
Yeah. So we got that, and then
If Hamilton
yeah,
didn't have that brake magic issue, he probably would have won that one, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would have nailed Perez into turn one, and he probably would have gone on to win that race, which would have been 25 points in the bag, which would have been enough to win him the title. Because of course Verstappen finished 15 points. I think it was 15 points in front of him in the end, wasn't it? After his win. So yeah, this was the race that cost Hamilton the title. But here we go. We've got a formation lap underway, guys. I will try and stick on board with the pole sitter as we set off from the line, because of course we don't have that view anymore, do we, of the guys setting off from the 5 lights, which is really annoying, but you know, things are the way they are. Let's have a look. Alfie says, how's that happen, P1? Well, to be fair, mate, you are in a Ferrari. This is performance-based.
Ferrari's the best one on this game.
It is. No idea why. It should be Red Bull.
I think when we looked at the path, I think they're almost identical. It's like a millimetre, isn't it?
Yeah, they're pretty much on par.
The same with Williams and Aston, but apparently the Aston feels worse, even though it's supposed to be the second worst on the game.
Well, yeah, I think it's evidently clear that Williams has the better chassis and stuff. I think it's just aerodynamically, it just struggles. Of course, we know that the Mercedes engine isn't quite as powerful as it used to be. With obviously Mercedes not really using the tokens to develop their engine power, where other manufacturers have. The likes, of course, Ferrari, and Renault and Honda, even, or Red Bull powertrains, whatever you want to call them. They've all developed their engines, whereas Mercedes haven't. And it's backfired on them. It really has. good luck on your debut, Alfie. It really is good to see you up there. Just keep your concentration and let's see what you can do. Good luck to everyone in this. It's 51 laps of the Baku street circuit here in Azerbaijan. Let us see who has the mettle to survive. So I'm going to get very higgledy-piggledy going through the first couple of corners, and if you're in the middle of the pack, that is where you are going to struggle.
We did notice Monday and Wednesday turn 2 seemed to be where the messes happened at the beginning, but turn 1 was quite clean, but turn 2 got quite tasty.
So here we go. We have the cars lining up on the grid. Woodzy, are you ready for this?
I'll keep an eye from about the middle of the pack somewhere.
You can sound a bit more excited, mate. Come on.
Still getting over a sore throat.
This is a race. I'm going to try and stay on board with this camera angle because I actually have quite a decent view for once. There we go, the 5 lights are counting out the full 51 laps are a go! And it's a good start from Dartmark. You see him, he's all over the place. Dragoon has really struggled off the line there, but the Ferrari leads into turn 1. Let's have a look, see what's going on. Oh, come on, give me a better angle than that. Let's have a look here.
Cleanly.
It does look like it. Dartmark was really quite wide, coming off the line. Dragoon just sort of bogged down massively. Didn't really get anywhere. But Crushmania looking for a dive there. He's in the Mercedes and he's in the wall. Incredible. Somehow.
Oh no.
Oh no. He's been
Kush
across. Well, Kush dived into the Williams, and I'm surprised that's not a safety car, to be fair. But Kush has got no, he hasn't got any wing damage or anything.
Penalty for severe collision.
Well, this is it. I don't understand why he's got that, because it looked like Kush. I don't know whether he revved or whatever, but he sort of just veered across. I saw it just briefly. Michael, Jeff, I know, Mike, it's horrible, but bear in mind this is still a long way to go in this Grand Prix. So just get what's done, get your head cleared, and here we go. Oh, is that is that Great Ace? It's the other Merc. A bad day at the office if you're a Mercedes man, but at the end of lap 1, Alfie leads by 2.2 seconds ahead of Greza. Dartmark is in 3rd place. Dragoon is up to 4th.
Kush is just on Apex.
And then we've got Davis, the 49, and Cushmania all battling here. So Davis has the AlphaTauri bearing down on him. It's the 49 going to try and go for him.
Apex has damaged his pitting.
Oh, he does as well. He has in the pits. I was going to say, Cushmania really sort of late on the brakes there compared to the AlphaTauri, but I've just seen, I thought it would actually get me lap data up so I can see what's going on. There we go. Obviously Kush is on the softs and he's breezed past the 49 there. I don't think he was fighting him, because what's the point? He's on softs, you might as well just let him go at this point.
Well, this holding Great Ace up because he's had that spin, but JFF's having a wing change.
Zero's in the pits as well in the Haas. Zero, don't forget, the Haases were in the top 4 positions, and Zero has just come out of the pits. So, higgledy-piggledy there on the first lap. We was expecting it. Somehow no safety car despite the damage. And Davis is already... Well, no, he's still... Kush has got some bad lag there. It looked like he was trying to go for a move then round his teammate in it, and he hit him, but no, it's lag. So Kush has got some lag there, but he's already shaping up to pass his teammate. To be fair, if I was his teammate, I'd just let him go, but he spun! He spun and he's collected the AlphaTauri.
Oh, no.
And he's hit Daimar as well.
No. Push 5 seconds.
Well, he reversed across track. That's going to really heat up his tyres as well. He's trying to just keep it going. But those softs are going to be absolutely screaming now. And Alfie sets the fastest lap of the race, of course. DRS enabled as we begin lap 3. Well, this is not exactly how I planned the start of this Grand Prix. But there we go. It's right on board with the 49 who's looking to see if he can pass Robo Snipes in the Alfa Romeo, but not quite at the minute. All these guys on mediums, where you've got Daimar on softs. Daimar's so unfortunate, and Fatal has found himself up in 6th place now with a bit of fresh air, to be fair. He's got a 2.1 second gap to Davis, and he's got about a 5-second gap to Daimar, so nice space there.
Mad Mark managed to pick up most of the they've both got about 7 or 8 places.
Well, it was a good first lap really for the Astons, and Daimar very, very lucky not to get any more damage, well, not to get any damage off the spinning Cush. No, was it? Yeah, the spinning Cush, who's down in 13th position now. Ooh, 49 really close to the back end there of Robo Snipes. Well, I keep calling him Robo Snipes. It's Robbo.
Title challenges as well. You won't want to be down there.
Well, everyone scores points, but obviously you want to be as high up as possible.
I'm not sure if Cushy's having, like you say, if it was lag or if setup issues, because he's really sliding when I'm watching him.
Well, to be fair, his tyres are probably a bit chewed up now as well. Like, he's probably got quite excessive wear on those tyres now. Not exactly something you need. Why did you stop racing, Rara? Thank you Primal for joining. I stopped racing, mate, because Becky was pregnant. I wanted to. Is pregnant, and I wanted to focus on her. It's only recently that I've actually got back into streaming F1. I got asked by another league to do races on the Monday night at 10:30. You know, the fact that it just came out of nowhere, I felt like it was time for me to say yes, even though it's quite clear. And look at that! That's Mad Mark popping out of nowhere, making a move on the 49. Very nicely done. Mad Mark into 9th, the 49 down to 10th.
I think Goomba's side by side with Bakey.
Goomba's gone past Bakey. Looked like a
bit deep.
sort of I was going to say it looked like a do or die move, and he somehow managed to survive. So yeah, Primal.
Cushy is on the back of them too as well.
Oh, Cushy's going down the inside actually. Oh, Cushy!
Ooh.
What camera angle is that? I'll tell you what, that's a good move from Cushy. Aggressive. I think he'll be very. I think he's driving with a bit of anger in that cockpit.
Yeah.
I'll go back on Mad Mark, who's 4 tenths behind Robbo.
I noticed some drivers with Angus, it works really well. Some drivers are getting angry, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not exactly good at controlling these cars, so as much as I'd love to drive angry, it just doesn't quite work for me. But here we go. He's got DR. Oh, there's a pass there. It's Dragoon going down the inside of the Dark Mark, and Dragoon moves into 3rd position. The Alpines are on the move, but now Dark Mark has the DRS. He's going to go around the outside. Can he make it stick? We're about to see. Dragoon still has that inside line, and he literally slams the door shut in the Dark Mark's face. At the minute,
amazing racing there.
It was good racing between the pair, good respectful racing, and the Alpine literally slammed the door shut in the Aston Martin's face. Cush is now up into 11th. He's made a nice move there, just caught the end of it on Gumba. Those soft tyres still working really nicely for the Williams, and clearly he's got... we're talking
Mad
there
Mark's
before.
all over Robbo Snipes here as well. The P8.
Yeah, he's trying to move down into the castle section. That's brave, and you know what? He's actually pulled it off. That is great. But Robbo,
Two cars
he's got
side by
two cars
side.
going side by side. It's never going to work second. 49 has done a Charles Leclerc. He's hit the wall. Has he got any damage though? I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know what settings you guys are running with, but I'm really surprised at the lack of damage on
The
this.
goon was all over him.
Oh, that was Gumba
Goomba.
hitting the wall.
Oh, Dragoon's gone.
Dragoon's dead! No! And the safety car has been called out. Oh my god, he's
He's
absolutely
not in a good position
wrecked
either. Somebody might
that
hit him.
Alpine. Dragoon out of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix from 3rd position in the Alpine. Lap 5 out of 51. And this is where things can now change. Pit stops are being made, and Fatal is one for making a pit stop. Not quite sure what he's got planned here. He's got a wing change. That's why he's pitted. A wing change there for Fatal Defiance, and he's been held up by the Aston of Daimar. And was he going to get held up by the Williams as well? I'm not quite sure.
Ooh.
No, they've ghosted.
Apex nearly lost it coming into the pits.
To be fair, it is quite difficult. Kushmania stuck inside the pit, serving that 5-second stop-go penalty, and there he goes. A great chance for Kush now to... Well, he's got rid of that penalty. Let's see what he can do once everyone catches back up. A couple of drivers on hard tyres, you know. You've got Apex, Gumba, and Ace on hard tyres, so we'll see
as well,
how that fares. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, unlucky Dragoon, mate, but you know what? You drove with... That was a good battle with you and Darkmark. Just, unfortunately, mate, mistakes happen. Don't beat yourself up about it. Like, these things can you just gotta brush yourself down and go again. If the same thing happens, you brush yourself down, you go again. It's just part and parcel of F1, mate. Unfortunately, this safety car, of course, wipes away the lead that Alfie had built up. He'd built up about a 5-second lead over Greza. And that is now going to be... Well, that's going to be all totally wiped now.
I know exactly how Dragoon feels. My car went up exactly the same spot as his. Mine was I saved the front and the back end slid out, and the left rear just got ripped off of mine.
I'm very surprised the 49 didn't pit. We saw him go into the castle wall, and this is what makes me think, what settings are you guys running? Because surely there would have been more damage there.
Look at his car, I can't see.
No, it looks fine. That's why I'm generally asking what damage settings are you guys running?
Yeah, there's no in-plate damage or anything.
Like, there's been a few times, the crashes between Kush and Michael JFF. Speaking of which, this brings Michael JFF back into play. You know, there's been a few instances where a couple of things have happened, and I'm left scratching my head thinking, why is there no more damage? Why there more damage than there should have been?
Dark Marks, that's the lobby host. I'm hoping he said it correctly.
So, lap 7. Alfie leads, Greza second, Darkmark third. It's actually... So there you go, you got Alfie, who's now caught up with the safety car. Greza. Oh, there you go. Darkmark in third. Davis in fourth, the championship leader, I believe you said. Madmark fifth. Robbo sixth. The 49 seventh. Beaky Gaming 8th. 0 9th. Daimar 10th. Fatal Defiance in 11th, for now with no broken wing. Kushmania in 12th. Apex 13th. Gumba 14th. Michael JFF 15th. And Great Ace in 16th. Now, I'm quite interested to see this battle between Fatal in a Red Bull and Kushmania in a Williams.
Just I look at the lobby settings, it's car damage standard, but car damage rate is set to reduced.
Is
I
it
wonder if that's
supposed to
why
be?
it's not got.
Is it supposed to
Not
be
sure.
like that?
I'll have to check with the Dark Marks. He's pretty much does all of the lobby.
Yeah.
So he does Wednesday because he races. He does this one because he races. Monday he commentates. So he sets the lobby up for that one as well. Yeah, we normally do see more damage than.
Yeah, I'll let Mark go through so I
Yeah,
can
not
do
tonight.
DRS in his dirty. Yeah, I guess unsettled the car and I suppose it's easy to do, mate. If you're that close to another car through that section, you're always going to get dragged into the wall. It's just like I say, it's just aerodynamics for you. They can work for you sometimes, and other times they can work against you. Unfortunately for you, they worked against you and dragged you into the wall. So unlucky, man. Unlucky.
So I would take the mick and just blame on the engine, but is it just the two Mercs they're waiting for now?
Pretty much, yeah. They were both a long way off the field, and they still are. I'm hoping they're not in AI mode. Because I'm really surprised they haven't caught back up already.
Great Ace definitely isn't it? I'm not sure about the other one.
Well, Michael's just caught up now.
Primal's made a very good point on your stream chat.
Let's
Says
have a look.
JFF tires are going to be nice and up to temperature nicely.
They are. They are gonna be, but the safety car is not coming in, I don't think, is it? Nope, the lights are still on, so we've got another lap. So unfortunately, Michael's tyres are gonna
Great
sort of...
Ace hasn't caught up in time.
Yeah, Ace hasn't caught up at all. He's miles
It'll be
behind.
Great Ace with the.
If anything, he's
Oh,
fallen
yeah.
He's fallen further behind. He's like another 30 seconds behind. He'd be very
On
lucky.
board, he's sort of just coasting behind it. His red light is he's got petrol.
Yeah, yeah.
Wonder if he's coasting under the safety car, saved some fuel maybe.
No. He's got plus 174 of fuel and stuff. So he's lifting and coasting.
There's no acceleration there at all.
No, he's literally trying to build up as much fuel as possible.
I think we might see it coming even if he doesn't catch up this lap.
Well, I think the maximum the safety car can stay out for is 3 laps anyway. So if you're not there within 3 laps, it's sort of tough titties, really. But Zero back into 9th place, so he's inside the top 10 now. But obviously all these guys now are on sort of slightly more used mediums than the likes of Daimar, Fatal and Cushmania. Yeah, sorry. I've already paid my due for that joke. What, Slippy Titty? Oh, Slipper Titty. Still no safety car coming in yet.
Great Ace is just about caught up now. Oh, there we go, safety car in this lap.
Oh, there we go. That's a late call. But Great Ace has caught up.
Literally
So
just
here we-
caught up to him with the
Yeah, he does.
sector.
So literally, Alfie now becomes the safety car. It's up to everyone to watch out for the car in front. It is your responsibility not to run into them. But we're about to get going again, and I really want to sort of get on board with Daimar and whatnot. I want to see what these guys can do. Actually, I'm getting on board with Kush. I'm sort of half expecting him to come through the field, and I think he's caught Fatal napping, and he's going to try and go around the outside. Fatal's let him through. Fatal's sort of fallen back a bit. Ooh, there's lag there, and Fatal, like, sort of almost careered into the back of Cushmania. And Kush dives down the inside of Daimar. He almost hits the rear end of Bakey Gaming. Fatal is down to 40, now battling with Gumba for 15. Give me a blooming camera angle, guys. He's now up to 12th. That's right on board. He's battling with the Alpha Tauri. He goes down the inside of TSD Apex. There he is on the outside. He gives him plenty of space as well. And ooh, there comes the Mercedes of Michael JFF. Fatal really struggling. I'm wondering if Fatal's tyres ain't up to temperature. You know, he's really struggling. Let's go back on with Zero and Cushman
side by side.
Oh, yeah, they are. And Daimar makes the move on Gaming. Oh, there's been a tap. There's been a tap there. And we need to see that.
Blocking the road. Oh, he's reversed into another car.
No, he's reversed.
Oh, no.
He's done a Ricardo.
Oh, no.
But no safety car, of course. It's been a good restart for Alfie. He's already got a 1.1 second lead over Greza. Let's have a look and see where Mad Mark is. Mad Mark is in 5th in the Alpine. Was there a few guys there battling, hitting the wall? Not quite sure. The 49 is battling with the likes of Zero and Cushmania. I think he's trying to let him through, to be fair. But he sort of runs Cush wide. The hand of anger goes up. There really is sort of handbags out at the minute today. In the dirty area he goes. Now, this is the point where you want to execute all your ERS, get in the slipstream of the car in front and try and nail them into turn 1. But nothing seems to be going
Great ace from Goomba.
Well, Mad Mark.
Back of the grid.
Mad Mark is looking quite interested in the back of...
Oh, they're going to clutch, they're going to touch. Ooh, Jesus. That was a Goomba and great ace.
They left it 8, they're side by side. They're always... Oh! I mean, again, no damage. He literally... Ooh, is that Ace, like, is that Ace struggling for grip, or was that lag? Or was that lag? Because the way that Merc turned on the Merc, literally,
Oof.
What's going on there?
He's still coasting by the looks of it.
He's really coasting and whatnot, and it's
Goomba nearly went to the back of him.
well, he's braking in places he's not supposed to, and it's really putting Gumba off. There's nothing much he can do. Gumba's gonna have to try and send one or something because his race is being his race is being hampered here.
Anymore, so he doesn't need to.
So while you keep an eye on that, make sure nothing gets too out of hand. But we're going to go back onto Robbo here, who's got Zero and Kush right up his gearbox. We'll try and keep an eye on Mad Mark as well, who's within 7/10 of Davis. But this seems to be where the battle is at the minute. So Kush will have a look at these two, and he can watch the battle ahead. He's not quite as close as he'd probably like to. Oh! What the hell? Zero has crashed into the wall, and I don't know how
middle of the track as well.
survived that. And the safety car is out again, is it? Or is that a VSC? Let's have a look and see what the yellow flags say. Is there? No, it's a virtual safety car. So Zero is out of this race now. Once again,
so Apex was lucky not to hit that dead car.
Yeah, as was Kush, to be fair. Kush sort of went underneath him. I was on board with him.
Had a really weird glitch then.
And unfortunately for Robbo, he is coming out in front of his teammate, but behind the Gumba and Great Ace battle, which hasn't exactly been the nicest of battles. Fatal finds himself back into 9th place. Hopefully he can get going once again. But Zero BHR in the Haas is out, the second retiree, and it's in the same place that Dragoon retired. And to be fair, it's and Fatal has hit the wall.
Had a really weird Codemasters glitch when I was in the pits. I could see the driver and the wheels, but no car.
Oh, great.
They were just putting the wheels on a floating man.
Okay, I've not seen that glitch yet. But Daimar now looking Well, he wants to dispatch 49 as quick as he can. The problem is that Cushmania is running away, and he's already closing quite rapidly up to the back of Mad Mark. So already Cush is looking in a strong position here, and Mad Mark is gaining on his teammate. Well, not his teammate. His teammate's out. Sorry, the driver in fourth, Davis. I've got teammate in my head because there's two Williamses in a sandwich, in an Alpine sandwich.
The JFF's getting really close to Apex at the moment.
I can see that. Let's have a look and see if he goes for a move or anything going into turn one. Does he think about it? Well, he certainly thinks about it, but there's nothing on offer there. And Great Ace is still ahead of Gumba.
Might be tempted to go down this straight, mightn't he? He's got a lot closer on this exit. He's looking.
Mad Mark and Davis! Oh, and Davis has been put in the wall.
Side by side with Apex.
Oh, Cush has hit his teammate! He sent him into a spin.
Oh, the championship. They're the championship.
He's been hit! He's been hit!
Challengers.
The Alpha Tauri! This is absolute insanity! What happened? Williams' civil war has ignited here in Baku. Cushmania, of course, on fresher tyres, broke later than what Davis was expecting, and it pitched him into a spin. And now Davis, with probably quite a lot of wear on his tyres now, is down in 13th position.
Davis is going to be fuming down there.
There is going to be a lot of stewarding to do for this Grand Prix, I can tell you that now.
Yeah, just double checking. Davis is the championship leader and Kush is second, so these are the two rivals that crashed into each other as well.
Oh, Kush is already looking to gain back time. He was obviously stalled right up till you can see how hard Kush is pushing. Is he fitting?
The Domar looks like he might take 49 now.
It does look like it. Daimar, oh, give me a better angle, please. There we go. Daimar's still got his nose in, though. Sorry, not Daimar. 49. But Daimar's got it, and he is through up into 5th place. And you'd expect that Aston Martin to sort of run away and hide now. And Fatal is now is looking quite interesting. I will just come back to you there in a minute. He's got Kush side by side. Kush goes up the inside. He's going up the inside of. Oh, he's Kush involved in another incident. And the Mercedes of Michael JFF.
Oh, Fatal's got involved.
Fatal's got involved. He's pushed Kush wide now as well. It's all handbags here in Baku. And it's all centering around Cushmania, who's not exactly driving with the most calm head, it has to be said.
So the person I was going to mention, we haven't really mentioned much because he's having a really quiet race, is a Easy Alfie. 4 seconds ahead of Greza.
Yeah,
that's not an easy thing to do either with Greza races.
Not around Baku. Alfie, of course, during the gap between the qualifying and the race, he was saying how he was surprised he hasn't put it in the barrier. But as we said before, the Ferrari is such a fast car in performance.
Put it in the barrier. Apex. Oh my God, what's Kush done? He just completely spun Apex round.
What is going on here?
I saw that on mine. Apex had a bit of a wobble, but instead of he just pushed into a car that was going sideways and trying to go around him.
Danny 5000 says that Kush is driving like a, well, not quite a man possessed, but Fatal going for a move here. I was on board with Fatal. Put me on board with Fatal. There we go. You can see that Kush is much later on the brakes than a lot of people around him. And now Fatal, the AlphaTauri goes defensive. Fatal tries to go around the outside. Is there a move for him here? Well, it looks like 49 was defending the inside line with quite a lot of ease. And are we going to have Kush doing the same again into this corner? Not quite. But Fatal's left the door open and Kush is going to go for it. He's going to send it here. And surely he's going to get through. But Fatal keeps his car there. Kush tries to switch back. And he's already having another look.
I'm dreading a
Fatal.
move in the castle section.
Yeah, he wasn't quite as close as I thought he was. Once again, Kush getting really close. And Fatal now also getting really close to the gearbox of that Alpha Tauri, and it's like so easy to just misjudge your braking and slam into the car.
Apex is
car in
slowly
front.
catching up with this train of cars as well.
Well, we've got 4 cars there now, and there's Apex in the background. Just saw a flash of the Alpha Tauri. One Alpha Tauri there, you got the Alpha Tauri at the back. So here we go. Is this going to be a move here for Fatal? We're going to ride on board and see DRS open. 49 tries to go defensive, nothing much he can do. Fatal takes that position away and sort of coasts into... Oh, he's round wide! That's a horrible mistake from Fatal. Keep going, Fatal, keep going, keep going, keep going.
Kush has some definite lag there. Went through the wall on the screen.
Yeah, it's sort of twice that's happened now. But Kush is now ahead of 49 as well.
Their little ding dongs there helped Great Ace. He's
Yeah,
right
great,
with 49.
great Ace. He was at the back of the pack, don't forget, coasting under the safety car at one point. He's found himself in 9th place.
It's definitely helped him because he's not even got the flashing red light anymore either.
Oh, that's Apex got really wide and he's almost connected there with Davis. Kush has already built like a 1.5 second gap to the 49. 49's really acting like Jarno Trulli around here.
Another I've just noticed JFF and Domar for P5.
Yes, they are. We will have a look at that. I think that's...
The overspeed.
look at the Mercedes, just absolutely rinsing him.
We did notice Domar on Wednesday. He's he set up more for the sector 2. So on both straights he just loses so much time.
Oh, he's run a bit wide though. Gets away with it.
You'll notice when he gets to the castle section he'll gain loads on there.
Kush in the
Everyone else.
pits. Is there a wing change happening here?
Yeah, wing change.
I can't tell. I've got a horrible camera angle. That's an
And
Alpha Tauri wing
hard
change
tyre
as well. Yeah, according to the pits that I've got here, it's got hard tyres on. It shows that he's got hard tyres. Kush Mania going to the end.
49 stuck mediums on.
So Great Ace is now leader of the pack. So 49, the reason why he was holding everyone up, potentially, was because he had wing damage. He had a wing change during that pit stop, the same lap as Kush. Oh, it's into the wall there at the castle for Great Ace. Looks like no damage, but didn't exactly look healthy. And he's barely got any ERS as well. He's got 8% ERS. He's absolutely drained it all.
That Ferrari's pulled another few seconds on Grezla.
7.2 seconds now. Alfie just absolutely running away with this. All he has to do is just lift and coast and like not push too hard through these corners, and just allow the Ferrari to do the work in sector 2 and 3 and beginning of sector 1.
Apex was so close to hitting all of them.
The dirty air. A lot of the drivers really feeling the dirty air.
The run he's got on Great Ace now, mental, the overspeed there.
Look at that! There's absolutely nothing Great Ace could do there. But the The speed there off the corner that the Mercedes got, that was insane.
So the shot surprised him and he ran to the back of him. There seems to be tonight the most entertaining battles are in the midfield, aren't there?
Definitely.
Top-
That is
Top one
where.
seems to be running away with it.
Yeah, they're all evenly spaced out. Always seems to be someone that's got good few cars behind them. Interestingly, the gap between Fatal and Kush has stayed at roughly about 13.5 seconds since the pit stops. I don't know whether Kush has made a mistake or whether the hard tyres just haven't quite warmed up yet. But the gap is fluctuating between 13.4 and 13.6.
Just keep an eye on Kush's car now.
Keep an eye on 49 as well. He's on the mediums and he's only 4 seconds behind. But we're on board with championship leader Davis, who is in 9th position so far on 17-lap-old mediums. Of course, he pitted for them after. Well, an interesting. It's definitely been an interesting first part of the race. And Dartmark is in the pits. So, Dartmark into the pits he goes. He puts on the soft tyres. That's an interesting one. Dartmark on softs. Now, why has he done that? Does he just want to go medium, soft, medium? And do... I don't know. Well, he managed 18 laps. So what, do you reckon he could get to pull out 11 laps maybe on the softs, bring himself towards lap 39 and then do another stint on the mediums? That would potentially be something that could be a possibility. He's come out behind his teammate as well, so this is a good chance here for Dartmark to get fastest lap if he hasn't got it already. Zero says, the wall decided to grab my rear wheel. Wasn't even close to the wall. Didn't help that Kush tried to be a hero on lap 1 and ruin my race. To be fair, Zero, Kush has been the centre of a lot of things during this race, so I don't think you're the only one unhappy with him.
So I think Zero had exactly what I had on Wednesday. It was like the lightest tap with the rear left and just ripped off the car. It was like the wall just decided to rip it off.
Well, please don't mention like the slightest tap of a wall and losing wheels that happened to me in Canada in 2018 when you had the wall glitch. There, of course, that was the inaugural season of RRF1. I was leading Beer and Kebab by 10 seconds, and every lap the wall at the Champions Wall was growing across the track bit by bit. Every lap, and then eventually I just got too close to it and it ripped off my wheel.
Yellow flag.
Yeah, Bakey Gaming got 5 seconds. Grezza in the pits. He's coming out of the pits. He's come out in front of the Aston. Oh, he's into the wall. And surely this gives Dartmark a chance here. Just right on board with him. He's already ahead of Grezza and he's trying to go past his teammate. Is his teammate going to fight him? He probably shouldn't because Dartmark's on much fresher tyres. Down the inside goes, but he's been tapped and he's been put into the wall himself.
I think what Grezza's issue was the cold tyres coming out the pits, forgetting about that when you come out.
Dimal's going very slowly. He's just let Grezza through. Let's have a, yeah, so Gumber and Davis quite close to each other. I think the mediums on Davis's car are now probably screaming.
Dimal managed to keep it with Grezza.
It was just weird because after the collision with Dartmark, he slowed right down and allowed him through. Alfie in the pits. .30 laps to go, and Mad Mark comes powering down. He'll take the lead briefly. And you got Michael JFF coming round as well. Actually, I'm going to get a look at that. It's Michael JFF.
Just come out in front, I think.
He's just too far behind.
So easy. I think we did the same as Grez again. That getting the tyres.
Well, Grez's in the pits. I think Grez's got wing damage. Yes, he has. You can see the nose cone there in the distance. And this is going from bad to worse for Haas F1. Their drivers started in the top 4. And now both of them, well, obviously Zero is out of this Grand Prix quite a while ago now. And Greza,
about 14th.
after
14th.
just pitting, he must have got wing damage after going straight on, coming out of the pits.
He didn't have contact with Domar, did he? When him and Dark Mark had a little.
I don't think he did. I think the problem was that he went straight on and got wing damage when he came out the pits. Now I didn't see any debris or anything get flicked up, but that seems to be the only explanation I can think of.
I imagine Mad Mark will probably be hitting fairly soon. He's on 20 lap mediums. And Mark's pitting.
Well, 21 laps on the mediums, I'm not surprised.
Going for the harsh to the end, is it?
Provided there's no safety car, yeah, but there he goes, on the hards. Through goes the Mercedes. And he comes out in front of Gumba. Oh, he's gone straight on! You're gonna have to turn around there, mate. Oh, man, Mark, what have you done?
Yeah, but I forgot.
I mean,
Well,
that's
well,
a great.
this
It's a
track's
great.
one of the-
It's a great way of obviously showing us how to correct your car and everything like that. But I think you're right. I think it's just taking so long for these tyres to warm up. And we've got a battle here now with Davis in the 40, and Davis down in 13th place.
So this track seems to be one of the worst ones when you've come out on cold hards. And for that turn, they just don't
Oh,
want to stop.
is that Bakey Gaming? It is. You can just see him in the background there. He's hit the wall. Coming onto the back straight, and he is out of this race. Let's have a look at that, Mark. Is he going to pass him safely? Yes. Alfie does the fastest lap of the race of 44.8. I just saw the crash in the background. You can see that Dimar's just taking it easy. Apex, is he going to be okay as well? Yep, the car's been cleared, so we're away. And somehow, no safety car.
No safety car at all for that. That's a surprise, right in the middle of the road, that one was.
It really was. That was quite a hefty crash there from Bakey Gaming. He becomes the third casualty from this Grand Prix.
Davis just on the 49. Cush's round.
Oh dear. Again. Cush! Every time Cush breaks now, I'm sort of wincing and expecting something. Fatal's gone! Fatal's out of this race! And the safety car has come out! What's happened to
He's
Fatal?
right on the corner, wasn't he?
He's gone straight on in the wall, he has! Don't be surprised if we have some strong words from Fatal in the chat. I don't think a lot of people are not happy with the standard of driving in this race tonight. It's been entertaining, make no mistake about that. But the Williamses, the guys who are first and second in the championship, are 10th and 11th, and are back together, reunited, ready to lock horns once more here in Baku. We'll take a breather as the safety car is out and gathering the field. And once again, Alfie's lead gets wiped out. I tell you what, this could really work out for the likes of Michael JFF, who was on 18 lap old hards. He can now
as well.
He can now pit. Dartmark has to get rid of his soft, so this has not really worked out for him. He's putting on hard. Yeah, he has to put on hards. He's got no other choice now. I think he was hoping to go medium, soft, medium, but unfortunately the safety car sort of wiped that idea out now. So he is going to come out in... Oh, where's he going to come out, actually? This is going to help Gumber as well. Was that Gumber in the pits? No, Gumber's in the pits as well. He's on 18 lap on hards. Is anyone else going to pit? To be fair,
Davis
there's Davis in the pits.
I'm not sure if you're in the
49 has retired. Has he retired in the pits? Has he crashed? I don't think so. I don't see his car.
I'm not sure what happened there.
Fatal says, not a fan of this place. Also, not many people are a fan of Cushmania at the moment.
Oh, 49's pretty crashed in the pit lane.
49 he did! He crashed in the pits! And Robbo has gone wide at turn 2. Dude, you're under the safety car. How do you manage this? The 49 becomes the 5th casualty of this Grand Prix after crashing on his way into the pits. To be fair, it is very easy to do around here. It is rough. You're coming in at such speed. You've got the chicane. You've got to try and keep it within the white lines as well for the corner cutting basis. It is really difficult to try and work out. So every now and then you are going to fall foul to it. Just like I fall foul to crashing into the pit lane in America. It happens to me quite often, annoyingly. It is interesting that Davis has opted to put on the hard tyres now, which means that he is going to be on the same compound as his teammate Cushmania, although 7 laps fresher. So I'm really looking forward to seeing these two duke it out, and Great Ace is pitted. He's chosen to abandon the hards. Oh, he's lost a few positions now. Let's have a look and see where he is. There's Great Ace. There he is. He's going to come out in front of Greza.
Not sure if you're in the Facebook chat we have for the Saturday division, but Kush putting those having an issue with FFB.
I don't know.
There's that force feedback.
Ah, force feedback. Yeah.
I'm so sorry about me punting a few drivers on the left trigger, lost force feedback, had to stick ABS on, we now have slightly less control on the brakes.
Interesting.
And Fatal's replied back to my cool bullshit.
Yeah, as much as I hate this track, it's a proper pain in the backside. To be fair, mate, this is Azerbaijan. It's a love-hate relationship. Ow!
Okay, 49 was just really unlucky on Wednesday. My dead car just bounced off the wall and just right in the middle of the road.
That means you technically murdered him, so I hope you're happy.
So this manslaughter, the wall nicked my tyre.
So go on. You okay? I know she's really heavy. That's because she's ready to come out. Can she wait till I've after done this? Fatal says sorry.
That
She's
birth
driving
live on
tonight.
stream.
Yeah, exactly. Kush says, Fatal says, sorry, but Kush's driving tonight has made a mockery of league racing. Fatal, if you look at the page, Kush has mentioned that he's had problems with force feedback. He's not managed to. He's had issues with braking and stuff, and obviously a lot of us rely on force feedback and everything like that. I'm guessing force feedback's mainly for wheel users, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Because I don't think us pad users get it. So obviously I'm guessing force feedback is essential for racing with a wheel. Let's have a look. It says Primal says he's having issues, retire in pits, don't ruin everyone's race. To be fair, Primal, that is golden. I sort of can't really disagree with you there. If you've got an issue like that and it is forcing you to make mistakes like that, as much as we want you to carry on racing and everything like that, you do risk a lot of other drivers' races around you, and maybe the best thing to do is to pull in the pits and just say, look, the reason I've done this is because, you know, I can't do it. I've lost a tool that I rely on for whatever reason. It's gone.
It was made a really good point in your comments.
He's on. I call bullshit.
Yeah, I remember
he's
he's
on
a pad user, so you don't get force feedback.
He's on a pad.
Yeah.
All he had to do was plug it in, and his AD vibration would be restored. So I call bullshit.
I think what I mean, yeah, not force feedback. It's the vibration you get from your controller.
Yeah, when you're riding curbs and turning corners and stuff. It's usually
when
when
the
the
batteries are dying.
yeah, I was going to say it's really when the battery dies. But anyway, the safety car is coming in this lap. So I'm really interested in seeing if Michael JFF can do anything about that Ferrari ahead of him. The Ferrari has been in a league of its own so far this race with Alfie, but now the story has changed. The Dark Mark is on hards. He's hoping to come back later into this race, but the problem they've got is they have to deal with the likes of Apex and Great Ace, who are also on. But Alfie has gone, and we are racing once again here in Baku.
Caught him out there a little
And
bit.
already Grezza's going for a move on the Mercedes of Great Ace. He dives down the inside, but Great Ace is still there, and he taps the back of the AlphaTauri, pushes him wide, and through goes the Williams of Cushmania. Already we have action here, and that's Davis going for a move on Gumber. He manages to get past as well, and I don't
Kush
know
got
why I
past
went
Great Ace.
American there. And Grezza back up into 8th place. He's battling as well. He's going down the inside. He somehow doesn't make contact with the Mercedes. He does really good racing between Grezza and Apex there, and he gets that position. And I think Gumba's actually lost the position to Davis as well.
Yeah, I think he caught him earlier on down the straight.
12 people remaining in this race from the 17 that started.
JFF nearly caught the Castle Warner.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That close to it.
Daimar looks like he's is about to start forming a queue. Of course, we aren't just getting underway, but already Alfie has a 1.5 second gap over Michael JFF. The Dark Mark on hards is in 3rd position. Is he going to be able to come back at these guys later on in the stint? Yellow flag, sector 2, and that's Kush! That is Kush!
Daimar and Kush.
Daimar and Kush. Once again, Cushmania involved in another incident. Through he goes, and away they go again. Is there damage on that Williams? Doesn't look like it. Fastest lap of the race set by Alfie. Be interested to see what car Alfie's in next week, that's for sure.
The one thing I've not mentioned is any clips, because I know a lot of people mention Kush in the comments and on the Facebook chat. Sent to Alan Christie, which is Grit, or MD Skillion, that's Jay Shepherd. I guess they might have a handful of clips tonight.
They're going to have about a bookload. Alright, so anyway, let's get back on board with the battle. We've got Apex trying to defend from Greza. Greza still looking very hungry on those hard tyres. Seems to be a lot confident at the minute than what Apex is managing. Robbo also looking at the back of Gumba. He's just been edging closer and closer to him since the safety car's coming, and now he's constantly getting within the slipstream. Michael still keeping Alfie relatively in sight. The gap 1.4 seconds. Alfie isn't running away. Maybe the pressure is on now, and they're already got like nearly a 3-second gap to the Dark Marks. The Dark Mark 5 seconds back from the lead on lap 28 out of 51, but you'd imagine he won't have to pit again, whereas the medium tyres probably will, but they'll probably stick the softs on as well. But this is the point where they will absolutely run away and hide and just keep building a gap worthy of Mordor. And looking at Davis. How much ERS is in these cars? Well, Davis has used 20% less than Gumba, so if Gumba wanted to try and get past him, now's probably the time. Dump about 10% down this straight. DRS enabled. That'll be ready for the next lap as we head down this main straight into the heavy braking zone of turn 1. Anyone trying to make any moves at the minute? No, the closest one is Robbo. He has a little look, but nothing there. I know. For a minute I thought Gumba was going straight on then. They'll have a season's worth of clips after this. Well, yeah.
Just like quite a strong comment from Fatal in your stream chat.
Always is. I expect nothing less from Fatal. Oh, Gumba's so close to that wall. This is the closest battle on track at the minute.
Ferrari at the front's just pulling away from Michael Jeffy.
He's increased his gap to over a second.
RRF1 streams has commented, I believe that's Aaron.
Welcome to the stream, mate.
So what we'll do if you're alright with it, I'll copy the download your stream from your channel, put it on the RF1 YouTube if you're alright with that.
Yeah, of course, man. Do what you have to do.
So we've been doing how we just export them all to the RF1 YouTube channel.
Yeah, like I said, man. Do what you need to do. I've got no problem with that. I mean, I'll be uploading this to my YouTube page anyway.
Okay.
Jesus, I thought Gumbo was going straight on there for a second. It's like a weird line. It was a very weird line going through the fast left right, but Robbo looking very, very interested in the back of Gumba. I think we're going to have to flick away from this battle actually, even though it is a free car battle, but there is one going on slightly ahead between Great Ace, who, don't forget, was lifting and coasting like crazy earlier on this race, and now in 5th place. Mercedes really doing well considering they were both at the back after the first safety car.
Fatal's just put in the Facebook chat to Cushy, but do you know what ABS stands for? I'm pretty sure it doesn't stand for automatic bashing system.
Typical Gumba not using his battery. Well, has Gumba got it on auto? Is that why he's not really doing anything?
He just loves saving it till the end of races, it seems. Seems to do it quite a lot.
It's a tactic that does work.
You got 92% still.
Back on board with Gumba now as we keep an eye on this battle between 8th and 9th. Championship leader Davis, who's sort of been knocked about a bit during the course of this Grand Prix. Everyone's going to have a bit of bruising after this race tonight, that's for sure. To be fair, this track can be like an ice rink.
I noticed that quite a lot of people are having issues with the steering and braking on Wednesday.
Gumba used about 20% of his ERS then to go and have a look. Is he going to try and send one down the inside of Davis. No, he'll have to sort of line himself up now. I think he is ready, but he's closer than he's ever been.
Tempted.
Just get the car nice and wide there. He should have better traction coming off the corner. I think he does. We're about to see an overtake here. I think Gumba is going to go for a move on Davis. Down the inside he goes, well before the braking zone. Davis will try and fight back, but there's nothing he can really do. And Gumba moves up into 8th place. Good move there from the Gumster.
So talking about Davis, he's recently took up a permanent seat on the Monday division as well in the Alpine.
Ah, good man.
I think he done about 3 or 4 reserve finishes now. He's took the spot that's come up.
Well, good to see that he's found a home in RRF1.
Talking about Davis, he's still within a second of Goomba.
Yeah, but the problem is Davis has used 40% more of his ERS compared to Gumba.
Like, he can just defend with that, can't he?
Yeah, I mean, he can do. The problem Davis has got is that if he uses it all, then Robbo's going to have a chance of looking through. And Robbo's got like 30% more
I didn't realise how
ERS
close he was to him.
than Davis, and he's... I mean, Davis has just got DRS on Gumba, so he will gain as well down this straight. So this will keep Robbo at bay. Apex is still within 5/10 of Great Ace. Not really been able to do anything, and this has sort of allowed Drezza to creep up to the back of these guys, and now we've got a 3-car battle for 5th, 6th and 7th.
So Apex can see Great Ace harvesting, but Apex is also flashing as well.
Why is that flashing?
He's under 10% ERS, I think.
Yeah, 8% battery he's got.
The Apex keeps going below it and then coming slightly above us. That's why his one's a bit sporadic at the minute. That's helping Grezza. Grezza's still got 50% of his ERS.
So, nothing much happening in this Grand Prix, sort of everyone just happy to follow the other person, and this has proved that Great Ace, he's got 2% ERS, he's not going to have anything to challenge Mad... Yeah, he's not going to have anything to challenge Mad Mart with. Interestingly, Michael JFF has kept the gap to about 2.5 seconds to Alfie, and this is another interesting as well. Not like you can get it much around here. And all the Mercedes there, a Great Ace got a bit squirrely on traction. No penalties, no corner cutting penalties.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed this week. Monday we didn't have any corner cutting penalties, anything like that. Wednesday we only had one driver out the whole race.
Let's have a look at it. Look out the ginger nut in the chat, says the Gunners.
Oh yeah, that'll be Aaron. RRF1 streams as Aaron using the channel.
Yeah, yellow flag sector 2. Is that Davis? It is! Davis has got, and that's damage. That is damage. You can see debris there on the track. Davis, well, his day goes from bad to worse. Yep, he's missing a front left end plate on his front wing.
So he's going to be fuming with that, especially the that title fight with Kush, who's not too far behind him now.
No, he's not, but and the problem is he's going to have to pit.
So what do you go for from here? Would it be a medium, mediums?
Well, this is it. Is he going to have any mediums?
So Look what you used so far. I don't think he will. Davis has used medium, medium, and then hard.
Oh, so he's not gonna have any. He's not gonna have anything left.
Is he gonna have
There's
to
a yellow
socks?
flag, sector 1. There's been an incident.
Apex.
A great exit in Apex. Unfortunately, it's Apex that's come off worse. Davis didn't pit. So yeah, surprised that Davis is seems to be driving better now. His front wing's damaged.
I was trying to see if he's got any end plates missing.
Davis
Yeah,
has,
he's got
yeah,
the
he's
left
missing,
one,
yeah, he's missing a front left end plate. So I'm really surprised that he hasn't pitted, but I think, like you said, he hasn't really got much option at the minute, but to carry on until he comes into a soft tyre window.
But he's definitely losing time, I can see, to Kush.
Kush has the more worn tyres, but he sort of just stayed away. Very
No, just
quiet
those
part of the Grand Prix.
marks
We're gonna,
got
well,
yellow
yeah, back
on
on
them, dark
back on
mark.
board with that. Dark Mark sensed the danger. You could see him weaving about on the straight, but Mad Mark is now ready to attack as Alfie extends the gap to Michael JFF to 3.2 seconds. Battle for the podium is on, and it does look like that Mad Mark is a bit more comfortable on the brakes and allowing the car to roll through the corners. But to be fair, that Alpine has got quite a good chassis underneath it.
Quite a lot of people have been saying that with realistic this season, the Alpine seems to be the plate seems to feel overpowered.
I think it's because it's the bang average car. It has a really good chassis, not really that good in engine power. And when it comes to performance, it sort of evens itself out. Whereas performance traits are concerned, because it's not too hard on its tyres. Yeah, the engine power could be a bit more, but because of the way it handles, it sort of makes up for that. Whereas you've got all the other faults and traits of the other cars as well. So I can understand why the Alpine is up there.
I wonder if he's going to go for a move this lap.
8 tenths behind. You need to be about 4. You need to be about 4 or 5 tenths behind in order to make a move into turn 1. We'll try and gain a little bit, but nothing much doing.
Hey,
If you can get
snipes on Goomba, he's only 4 tenths behind going down the pit straight.
oh, Cushion, the Williams is side by side. There's no love lost between these two. And Cush takes the 10th place away from his teammate.
The thing I wonder with Davis is
I wonder if Davis will try and come back at him. He's got DRS, but he's just got no. He's not been able to really, and they've both sort of caught up with Apex now as Cush sort of throws his car through the corners.
You know, I think with Davis, is you might think because Kush has been in a few ding dongs that Kush might be getting a penalty afterwards, maybe. I suppose not.
Maybe that is quite the possibility here.
have to feel for Domar after that really good start he had. He's just been caught up in a few things.
It's just not worked out for him. We'll jump on board with Kush, who's 4/10 behind Apex. Those mediums starting to feel a little second hand now.
Oh, Dave's had a bit of a wobble then in the background.
He will do, like I say, he hasn't got a full front wing there, so he's going to struggle for aerodynamic grip. But we're right on board with Kush as we look to see he's in the dirty air. He has to lift. You can see that if you're in the dirty air of the car in front, you can't really afford to go full pelt through those corners because you'll just get absolutely sidetracked into the wall. Gumba is battling with Robo, and I keep calling him Robo for some reason. And they sort of had a little touch there.
He's letting back through.
Kush, Robo's letting through.
I think what Robbo did on turn 1 he pushed Boomer a bit too wide, so I think that's why he's apologised and said have it back.
Nice, fair, gentlemanly racing. That is what we want to see here. .37 out of 50 on. We're coming towards the final stretch here, guys, of this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's been rather eventful. There's been quite a few things happening in this race, mainly centering around Kush Mania, the 49, Fatal Defiance, but the majority of them are out of this race now, and the other one is down in 10th place. Looking at a move still on the Alpha Tires. Apex got a bit sort of squirrely going through the castle section. Is this going to give Kush Mania a chance? It will certainly fill him with a bit more confidence. He's going to line him up as we head towards the final sector.
Grez is only 4 tenths behind Mad Mark for P4.
Oh, he's absolutely zoomed up to the back of him. Mad Mark's actually dropped a fair bit behind. We saw him before, obviously battling the Dark Mark, and actually he's let him through. Greza has passed Mad Mark. Mad Mark falls down to 5th. Is this like Mark's plan so he can get into DRS or whatever he's done? He's certainly not really helped him, and he's not. There we go. He's not using ERS either, so he has no intention of trying to get the position back.
Apex
So
has hit the wall, so Kush is going to have a chance here.
let's have a look here. Kush,
Oh,
and there we go.
Kush
Side by
has
side,
pushed him
always
into the
happened
wall.
again.
Kush is lagging a little now.
Yeah.
Davis has done Apex as well.
Yeah, we'll go back on board with Mad Mark, who's looking really interested here.
No, no, say bye to my wife and children.
All the things that Age of Empires make you say.
I heard the scream in the background. Thought she's not going into labour, is she?
Just walked to the town hall, it died.
It's like that. It's like that moment you're just there, like, and it just goes, nope. 10-16. About 12. I tell you what, I'm surprised that I really am surprised at how much Davis has managed to keep up with a damaged front wing. Apex
end plate is still keeping on a.
Apex in the pits. Is that? Stop giving me this camera angle when they come into the pits. I want to see what's going on.
We got the really close up one.
I get it every time. I want to see whether they get a wing change or not. But Apex in the pits, so this is his chance as the car on the most freshest tyres to try and grab the fastest lap. Who has that at the minute? Let's have a look.
Alfie. It's
Yeah, it will
close.
be
There's
Alfie.
44,242.
So Robbo versus Gumba, the closest battle on track at the minute. Things have sort of calmed down now during these latter stages. The cars spread out a little bit.
It's still good to see that no one's had any track extension penalties.
Yeah, let's
Still a penalty-free
say
race.
40 laps, and we haven't had that. It's really good to see. I mean, like I said, it's very hard to get around Baku, but to be fair, if you turn in too early at the corner just before the castle section, that's a place to get corner cut warnings on exit. Coming out of the castle section with that little bit of runoff, that is another place you could get a track extension. It is possible around here. I've certainly fell foul of it a few times.
So I've noticed there's a weird one, turn 2, somebody on what's going far too close to the wall.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why it did it, but
Oh, okay.
it deemed them as a cut in the corner for some reason.
Come on, guys, make something happen.
It's just one of the minutes. It Robbo and Goomba.
Yeah, been on board with that for a lap now. Just looks like Robbo is quite happy to sit in Gumba's slipstream. Not really. When he's in the DRS zones, he's not using ERS to close up on him, and that's probably because he knows that Gumba's got a lot more ERS than he has.
Yes, I say even if he does, Goomba's gonna start defending with all of that he's got left.
He's relatively close now, actually, is Robert. He's within 3 tenths. He goes for a move down the outside, has a look. There's nothing really on there, so it's going to shape him up for a move coming into turn 3. They're heading towards turn 2 now. All depends on the traction he gets out of this corner compared. Yeah, if he's going to overtake him, and now's the chance, but he's still not using that ERS button. He's just happy to sit and get pulled along.
Rez is almost within ERS of Dartmark. You keep that until later in the lap.
Here's another thing as well. Alfie is almost 20.5 seconds ahead of the Dartmark. Surely he's going to have to pit, because he ain't going to be able to drag those mediums surely for another 10 laps. He's going to have to do a stint on the softs.
Yeah, they're going to be fried if he tries to take them to the end. He's moving over to the left. I wonder if he's going to... Yeah. He's pitting now.
And here we go. So he's heard my call. He's in the pits on lap 12. Michael takes the lead. Now this is an interesting one. Is Michael JFF able to take those tyres to the end? It was 3 laps more. The soft tyres go on Alfie's car. Where's Dartmark? He is a long way behind. And Alfie is going to come out in clean air. I can safely say Alfie is not going to be in a Ferrari next week.
JFF, I think he might have to pit fairly soon. 18 laps on the medium.
Well, this is it. This is what I'm looking at. Well, Robbo's in the pits as well, so Robbo's gone for the undercut. I'm on board with Greza now, who's battling with the Dartmark. Dartmark there, sort of gliding against the walls, just pushing his car, allowing it to roll through the corners, just trying to be Mr. Consistent. The Alpine of Mad Mark sort of fallen by the wayside now. You're playing Age of Empires. You're playing Age of Empires. No one calls anyone a bitch.
Hey, hold on.
Maybe that's what they're trying to build.
Keep an eye on Michael JFF, but he's not pitting.
He's not. Let's have a look at his tyres actually. Let's have a look at his rear tyres. There's certainly that, especially on the rear left,
Rear left.
there's that sort of dark line.
Oh my god, that's
So he's definitely feeling some sort of tyre wear.
I thought he would have reacted like that because that time very slowly coming down.
Well, I mean, Alfie's going to be on.
Two tenths,
Alfie's going to be on top of him in 5 laps at least. So it's. I mean, could Michael do it? Because even if Alfie gets past him, Michael's still going to finish second. Because the gap's what? About 12 seconds, 9 seconds. Yeah, about 21 seconds. About
Primal
22.
said Alfie's already knocked 1.5 seconds off Michael.
Yeah, well, he's on fresh soft tyres, so he's gonna.
I noticed Greza can't seem to get any closer really than this 0.7, 0.8 with Dartmouth.
Well, I think the problem with that is, once again, I think drivers are just happy to sit in the DRS and just get pulled along, and because they know that there's always that chance, especially on the final lap, of them being passed on that back straight. So a lot of them are happy to just sit there until the final lap. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if that's what's happening here.
Another fastest lap, 1:42.3.
Yeah, so Alfies are coming.
I think those that wing damage Davis had starting to affect him. Now he's dropping back at every lap a couple of tenths behind Kush.
Either that or the fight's gone and he's just happy to come home and score points.
So if you think Kush might be getting a penalty for his ding dongs, he might be thinking, "Well, I'm gonna maybe jump up a space or two anyway."
Yeah. Yeah, but surely if you were thinking that, the very least you'd fall is about 5 seconds behind. Let's not forget, if you've got wing damage and the further you wear your tyres away, you feel the effects more and more, of course, because you haven't got the tyre grip to sort of negate that.
I know someone else who's pushing quite a bit to try and catch up with Apex at the back. Took a second of that last lap between him and Domar.
I mean, Daimar's on worn hard tyres, so again, that's to be expected. So that will happen. That move will happen within the next 2 to 3 laps. Alfie's got the gap down to 9.1 seconds. Is Michael gonna try and pull this off? This could be the upset of upsets.
The Domar just wants to finish now, doesn't he, and get some points.
Yeah.
So all finishes scoring on Saturday. Talking about Saturday division, I was clearing out my computer and hard drive. I saw a good picture I made for you, and I think it was Austin. Not last season, season before. We went down to the title decider.
Oh yeah.
As I said, that's a driver we don't have anymore with Austin here. Never returned.
Oh, has he not come back?
He put his name down for the sign up, but then never actually come back. I think there was an issue in the first race and he never come back.
What was that picture now? Because I remember you doing it. But obviously it's been
Both your cars, I can't remember what they were now. It was sort of your head in the background, and Austin's on the other side, and put like hype music over it.
That was on 21, wasn't it?
I think it was it Mexico? I can't remember now. Or Domar's let in Apex past.
There's no point in fight. There's no point in fighting. He's on in a different in a different
He
race
just
at
wants
this
to
point.
get to the end and get those points.
Prez's right on the back of Dartmark though, so we've actually got something going on here on lap 46. Finally, something to talk about. Dartmark defends into turn 1 from Grezza. Grezza looking really interested here, putting the Dartmark under a little bit of pressure here. You've got to remember, Grezza's tyres are slightly more worn than the Dartmark. So the question is, who's kept their tyres in better nick?
DRS didn't really make too much difference down that straight.
No, so they must be running very similar wings. Yellow flag sector 1. That's Gumba. Gumba and a Mercedes of Great Ace. And Cushmania moves up to 6th. Davis finally in the pits.
Gumba and Great Ace still have a bit of a ding dong to each other.
Yeah, they were close, but I didn't think they were close enough for an incident to happen. And obviously that's allowed the McLaren to get past the Merc, but then also get passed by the Williams. Both get so close to the castle wall there.
So just before that castle section, Gumba did graze the wall slightly, but not enough to do anything to his car.
Gap 4 seconds between first and second.
Also just trying to stay in that slipstream and you've Dartmark.
Yeah, but yellow flag sector 3. That's the Merc. I think that's it is. It's
Great Ace.
Great Ace again. I think his mediums have gone. He's hit the cliff. And he's got no front wing either. He's going to real struggle get through these sequence of corners. He's managed it. He's going to have to get in. He's going to have to pit though, which is going to affect his position a little bit. Is he going to manage to? He slows it down, manages to get through the chicane on like 49, and into the pits he comes in for a wing change, and on goes the soft tyres. 2.7 the gap. Alfie will be able to see Michael JFF now as Apex does jump Great Ace, as does Daimar.
Just about jumping, isn't he?
Yep, the Williams of Davis has done that as well. So Great Ace falls to the back of the field.
Well, we always say drivers like Domar, even if they have a bad race, as they keep going and persevering, you never know if something else happens.
Well,
jump up a few positions.
He's driving with his head. The yellow flag there. It's Gumba! Gumba's gone off at the castle section.
Oh dear. He's lucky that there's no.
And he has no front wing. I think Gumba tried dragging his car to the end, and the grip on his tyres has gone. He's finally been caught out. I mean, credit where credit's due for taking the tyres that long, but he is now paying the price. He's going a bit quick as they head into Tricky corner. I know you want to get to the pits as fast as you can because you don't want to lose that many positions, but you've got to remember you need the points. And speaking of which, Alfie is now 1.3 seconds behind Michael JFF. Surely he's going to be in DRS range come the DRS detection point coming right up as Michael JFF on 24 lap old mediums. What's his tyres looking like? A really interesting now. To be fair, there's not, I mean, I don't know if it's because of the lighting or what. I think you can definitely see the rubber band though on both those tyres now, so he's definitely struggling for grip.
Yeah, see, when you get the sun on it, see it a little bit more.
And to be fair, Alfie is not within DRS range. Certainly in slipstream range though, and we'll get the sun reflected. Come on, give us the sun. There you go, you can see it. Look at those rear tyres. And unfortunately, Alfie's now Alfie's now in DRS range. Is he going to use ERS? Yes, he is. He senses the move. Michael JFF senses it coming. And they sort of just weave about a little bit as Grezza passes Dartmark. And they're battling for third and fourth. Dartmark fights back though. And put the DRSs open and through goes Grezza. Dartmark, of course, is going to get the next DRS coming up. So he has to sort of tuck in, allow the car to run through. Alfie's just there. Oh, I don't know which battle to focus on here because we've got battles going on left, right and centre for the positions on the podium. Alfie has a little look at Michael JFF, but he's going to have to be... Oh, he's tapped him! He's put him into a spin!
Oh, no.
Don't forget, Michael JFF is on worn mediums. He's going to be braking a lot earlier than what you'd expect. And there's another yellow flag in Sector 1. I think that's an incident between Kush and Robbo. There is more action going on here in Baku. I was going to say Bahrain then. Baku. Oh, and he's hit the wall. Alfie's hit the wall. Is that going to have given him any damage? I'm not quite sure. But lap 49 out of 51. And it's certainly all come down here, but Alfie now using all the ERS. He's going to absolutely breathe past, and there's nothing really that Michael can do. And through goes the Ferrari. But Mike, oh no, they've both used ERS, and well, like I said, Michael isn't going to have the traction.
Dartmark's just about got in the DRS again in Grezza.
I think that is Alfie. The question is anything going to get said about the punt from Alfie to try and get past Michael? Now, obviously the move happened a little bit later on, but the fact is they did make contact, so anything gets said about that, I have to wait and see what happens there. Davis, though, right up the gearbox of Apex as Gumba gets allowed past by... Yeah, Daimar's let him through. Daimar's just not interested in fighting anyone. He just wants to get to the end of this race. But Davis now wants to collect some more points. If he gets past Apex, then, of course, his teammate Kush is just up the road. I say just up the road. He's like 16 seconds up the road. But more importantly, it means... Well,
if the Alfie spin, did he cause any damage to
don't forget,
Michael?
it's supposed to be really cold tonight.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying I didn't notice because the rest of my body's like quite warm.
Is Davis actually going to make a move here? Davis trying to on lap 50 out of 50. So we keep an eye on where the leaders are. Alfie about to start the last lap now. Davis had a look. Tried to flick the car through there. You saw it. Tried to drift it through nicely. It looked rather nice on camera, actually.
Was having a look at the top here. I was thinking maybe at the worst, if he does get a penalty, Alfie, it might be something like 5 seconds, but he's almost pulled that already on.
Well, like I said,
Oh, man, JFF.
Michael JFF has done an amazing job to pull those medium tyres as far as he's done. Is he in danger of a puncture, I wonder? Let's have a look. I mean, he hasn't got the mechanic thing up on his bar or anything like that. And Dartmark has dropped 2 seconds off Grezza as well, so Haas look like they're going to get their podium, but the win looks like it could be Alfie's. Now let's have a look at Apex and Davis. They're going to be battling here, and surely this is going to be a slam dunk move into turn 1 for Davis. Can he do anything about that car in front of him? We'll ride on board with him as he gets in the slipstream. He uses all the ERS.
Davis a little dink with the wall now.
ERS open now, zoom in. But the problem he's got is he's already used his ERS. He hasn't got that extra boost of speed to drag him closer to that AlphaTauri. You need to be smart when using these tools, you know. But enough about that. We are going on board with the winner here. Alfie has driven a good calm race, really, to make his debut in RRF1. He's going to be a first-time winner in RRF1. The performance race around Baku is won by Alfie in the Ferrari.
On his debut.
Very, very nice win. They were joined on board with an absolutely amazing job by Michael JFF, who's done 28 laps on those mediums. Absolutely insane.
His rears, I'm on board with him. His rears looks screwed.
I'm really looking forward to hearing what that was like. Grezza going to come across the line. He's going to grab the 3rd position away from the Dartmark, who looked like he was in podium contention all through this race. Dartmark, 4th place.
The one thing we do need to give all the guys a bit of a round of applause for is no penalties.
No penalties as well, guys. Absolutely amazing scenes. Mad Mark finishes 5th. Robbo is powering down towards the line. Now, oh, he's got Cushmania though, and Cush is just too far behind to do anything. Here comes it. Here comes Davis. Davis at Apex, but once again, Davis just wasn't quite smart, and he finishes ahead of him. And Great Ace is going to finish in 10th in the Mercedes. Then you're going to have Gumba, who's going to finish in 11th. And there we go. And then we're going to have Daimar, who will finish 12th and the last of the classified runners. Of course, we got the 49 Fatal Defiance, Bakey Gaming, Zero BHR, Dragoon, and there was someone else that retired from this race. Driver of the day. Well, the game says it's Cushmania. I think a lot of people are going to have something to say about that, don't you?
So the commentator gets their own choice. If you had anyone that I wish you'd mentioned it on the race report, if you had your own choice.
I think my personal driver of the day is going to be Michael JFF. I am so impressed with what he managed with those tyres. So Michael JFF gets my driver of the day.
So was it 28 laps on the mediums?
It was. I got to say thank you to RRF1 for allowing me to stand in for the Gunners for this race. It's been a interesting race to say the least, for some good reasons, some bad reasons. But as we go through the classifications, there you can see that it was Alfie that got the fastest lap of the race, a 42.3, a country mile ahead of everyone else. It was the 49 that retired from this race. So let's get these guys in the party. And then we'll get their view and stuff of events during this race. The Dartmark leaving the session. He's bitterly disappointed that he lost the podium.
Evening, lads.
Okay, so who have we got here? We have got third place man, Grezza. So Grezza, we'll start off with you, man. Make sure your audio is ticked
Yep, got it.
so everyone else can hear you. And yeah, we'll start off with you. I've already sent invites to Michael, JFF, and Alfie. We'll see whether they join or not. But yeah, third place, man. A very long race with plenty of stuff going on. Tell us about your events. How was your race?
It was a good race, to be honest. I mean, I had that one complete fuck up. So I was trying to beat Damar out the pits, and then I just ended up going straight to the wall at turn 2.
I
Which kind
saw.
of screwed me a little bit, but then I fought back pretty hard. The last stint, I was just intense, trying to catch Mark and the other Mark. Shame he hit the wall, because I think I was going to struggle to get him, to be honest. He was quicker in sector 3. So yeah, shame he hit the wall, but I got P3 anyway from that, so it's a good result. And it's when you're in a battle like that, Baku's a dangerous track, isn't it? But when you've got to concentrate 100%, you tend to, those mistakes don't really occur, don't you? So
No.
good belief for that.
Woodzy, anything you want to say or anything?
No, just in like that battle with him and Marcus, it's just coming down on it to them tyres or both of them old hard tyres. It's just who was gonna hold out longest on him.
It was.
Yeah, I was a tiny bit quicker than him, I think, but it was just because I was slower in sector 3. I was going to struggle in. I had to burn ERS out the castle to stay in the DRS zone, and that was going to end up screwing me over because I needed it to overtake him, really. So it was going to be close, but obviously he made that little mistake, fortunately. It would have been a close battle. I unleashed it all. I think it would have been close, but there you go. GG's to the top 2, especially Michael on them mediums.
Well, third place, man. Good recovery drive considering your little mistake. So you'll be happy with a podium finish and a heap haul of points for your position in the championship. So I just want to say well done, mate, and well driven.
Thank you, mate.
All right, and we'll move on to the next guy. Is Michael, JFF. Michael, welcome to the press conference with you. Second in today's Grand Prix. You're my personal driver of the day, mate. You somehow took those medium tires, 28%. They must have been like cheese towards the end. Tell us about your race.
Yeah, they were pretty slippy. No, I just knew I couldn't keep up with him on raw pace. I thought I'd try and out strategy him, but no, it didn't work in the end. He was too fast in the Ferrari. He had a cracking race.
Yeah, he had so much pace at the start. I just think he could have done whatever strategy he wanted.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I think his pace and the way he was in the Ferrari, it worked really well for him. So
Mhm.
it'll be interesting to see what car he's in next week. That's for sure. To see whether it can be repeated. But no, honestly, mate, it was absolutely amazing feat. You tried to outwit him. Obviously, it didn't quite work because of the sheer pace of the Ferrari and obviously your cheese-like tires. But to me, mate, you drove. Considering where you were at the first safety car, you and your teammate at the back of the grid.
Yeah, what happened at the start there? I didn't see a lot. I just saw someone coming at me. I'll be interested to watch that back.
Kush took someone out, I think, or some
like,
Curtis turned on him or something.
It looked like
and then it was
Kush. Yeah, it looked like Kush had a bit of a wobbly back end and sort of connected with you. So.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Accident.
But Kush,
it looked more intense.
But Kush was involved in a lot of things tonight, so.
We might see a handful of clips then.
Yeah, a lot's going to get sent in about that. But congratulations, Michael. That's obviously you finished second. That's a heap hold of lot of points for yourself. Are we looking forward to the next race? Yes? No?
Oh, sorry, I was still on mute. Yes, I am very much so. Only reserve at the moment, so.
Yeah, so Canada.
Well,
Canada in
keep turning
next
up, and
race.
no doubt you'll be given a full-time seat. So, like I say, mate, congratulations on your drive,
Yeah, I
and
go
you're forever
Thank you
improving.
very much.
And we'll see where we end up. And we have the race winner in the party as well. Alfie, have you included your audio?
Oh my, yes, have.
Okay, Alfie, welcome to RRF1. You're already a race
Thank
winner.
you.
How does it feel?
Oh, that's my first ever league race win. So I'm quite like nervous. I was nervous like halfway through and when the safety car come out, and then I just tried to control the race, and I realised the Mercedes. I don't know who it was. The Michael guy. He was behind me, and he had like he didn't have to pit again. So like I was a bit. I was stressing. I realised if I'd gone soft, so I could catch him up because I had decent pace, and it worked.
Well, to be fair, mate,
Yeah.
you had so much pace in that race. You could have done anything you wanted to do, and you still would have
Both of you two
probably
took
won,
off the fucking restart.
won,
Like a
Yeah.
won
20
that
second gap
race.
to the amount.
You got a lot of pace, mate, and like I say, obviously it'll be interesting to see what car you're in next week to see
Yeah, I
whether
know,
you
yeah.
can maintain that fate. But you got to start somewhere, and you started in the Ferrari, and you got a race win. So
Yes,
already,
there's a
mate,
bonus, yeah.
that is gonna fill you with a load of confidence. And to be fair, it was a dream start. So as it's your first ever league victory, I just want to say, mate, congratulations. It was fully
Thank you.
deserved.
Thank you.
That scout's still like wondering
Um,
finding yours.
And there we go. Is there anything you want to add, Woodsy, before we wrap things up?
No, just looking at what you said, that was a really good debut race in the league. Especially that pace at the end on the softs catching up, was it about 13 seconds, wasn't it? I think when he came out of the pits.
Yeah, it was
It was
15.4,
a big gap, and
and then I finished at 8 seconds in front somehow.
well, that's because his tires was cheese and yours was
Yeah,
not cheese.
it was like 25 laps old, I think.
Yeah, what Michael's? No, they were like 28.
28
he
in the
did
way.
20. He did.
when he on the medium.
My hards were 56 and the same tyre life, so the mediums must have, yeah.
It must have been the
Getting close
70
to
region
puncture.
or probably 80 region. But there we go, guys. That wraps up this RRF1 performance race here in Baku. Thank you to everyone who tuned in tonight. Congratulations on Alfie for winning his first ever league race and, of course, his first race in RRF1. Congratulations to Michael JFF for somehow making cheese-like tyres finish second. And congratulations to Greza for rounding up the podium, taking it away from the Dark Mark who had held it for so long. And thank you, of course, to Woodzy, who accompanied me today in the commentary box. Hopefully next week you'll have your regular guy back. Obviously, I want to wish whatever's going on, a speedy recovery. But for myself, guys, this has been Rowtron89 broadcasting live from Egg Studios. So thank you very much. If you liked what you see, hit that follow button, and I'll be back on Monday at 10:30 with ROR action in Tier 3. See you later. Goodbye.
Yes.